My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of the 1974 movie, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And this is one of those movies where people who haven't seen it have a very different idea of what this movie is compared to what it actually is. Like, it's called Chainsaw Massacre, and they see pictures of Leatherface with a chainsaw. They think this movie is filled with blood and guts, and it's not. It's actually rather tame, to be honest. But it's still a very effective movie. My favorite part about it is just the grossness it has. You know, the house is worn down and it's filled with all these sketchy things around it. Like, the prop design in this movie is just fantastic. There's a candle with human skin wrapped around it, and it just adds to the unnerving nature of the story being told. I think the practical effects look fantastic in this movie. And I think the scenes where Leatherface is killing people are really good. You know, you can feel the sun just beating down on the characters and just how gross this environment is. But the movie really comes alive for me in the last act. Like, that is when the movie reaches greatness. That is when the movie becomes something else entirely. Like, there's this fantastic psychological element. Well, the main character is just tied up. She's helpless. She can't do anything. And she's at a table filled with these psychopaths. And they just keep laughing and laughing. And she's screaming and crying. And they're laughing and laughing. And it goes on and on and on. And it never stops being unnerving. Like, it is the thing of nightmares. And it's captured so perfectly. Like, I do really like the first two acts of this movie, but it's the last act that cements this movie as great. I love the look of it. It's incredibly well shot. It has this documentary-like look to it, and I love the grainy texture. I watched this movie on Blu-ray, and I'm glad that element is still present. It just feels so essential to what this movie is. And I also do think there is some humor. Like, the way Franklin is treated throughout the movie did make me laugh, and yeah, that's great. The hitchhiker part is really unnerving, and you've got yourself some great performances. Marilyn Bones as Sally is really phenomenal. She sells you on the terror that she needs to, and I thought she's actually very underrated. People talk about Jamie Lee Curtis, they talk about Heather Langenkamp, they talk about Neve Campbell, but they don't talk enough about Marilyn Bones as Sally. They just don't, and they really should. Paul A. Partain as Franklin, I thought did a good job. Alan Denziegel, William Vale, and Terry McMinn are pretty forgettable, to be honest, as the rest of the friend group. But Jim Theodore as the old man is fantastic. John Dugan as the grandpa, it's mainly makeup, but he does a good job. And Gunnar Hansen as Leatherface, I think, does a really good job as well. Just the way he carries himself, the way he runs, the screams he does. Like, there's a reason why Leatherface is iconic despite having very little material to work with, and lots of that is due to Gunnar's performance, and Edwin Neal as the hitchhiker is also fantastic. So you really do got yourself some unnerving performances, but I do got a couple issues. The big one is that I just want more from this movie. You know, I wanted more from the friend group. I feel like we didn't spend enough time getting to know them, and they do feel just generic and throwaway. I would have liked there to be a bit more tension during the chase sequences. And yeah, I don't know, it's just one of those movies that it ends, and I'm like, that was great, but I didn't leave fully satisfied. I did want more. So as great as this movie is, and it is great, and it's filled with great performances, it's really unnerving and disturbing, and I love the direction by Toby Hooper, I do want a bit more, so I'll give the Texas Chainsaw Massacre a 8 out of 10. Okay, have you seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.